Guys, I'm at the launch of the Range Rover Velar. Okay, now Simon Darby brought in two variants of the Velar. Both are 2-liter engines, and one is the base and one is the R Dynamic. They call it the R Dynamic. Of course, this launch vehicle will be the higher spec one. This is the R Dynamic, where you see a little badge here. What the R Dynamic does is, of course, it has sportier body kits and then larger rims. Okay, these are 22-inch Continental Cross Contacts tires, and of course the rims are beautiful 22-inch, and the rims are it's a funny thing because Land Rover has been using the Range Rover sub-brand so much that sometimes when you saw Land Rover in the front, you'd be like, oh yeah, it's a Land Rover, not a Range Rover. Anyway, of course Range Rover started as a model, and these are all the sub-brands from Range Rover, and I think Range Rover sounds way cooler than Land Rover. Now, I like these little bits that goes on here. They are bronze in color. You can see that. There's an obvious difference in the color. Okay, and I love the overall design of this car. This is the most beautiful SUV out there. Okay, small little 2-liter engine, but I'm sure it's powerful enough. Okay, let's close the hood. Let's have a look at that. Yes, I have mechanical sympathy. I never drop the bonnets. Okay, you know, back then when you bought a supercharged Range Rover, you have the vents over here. This is now a purely stylistic design thingy, and I think it looks good. It looks classy. Okay, and I think Jerry McGovern has did a very, very good job. This car deserves the reputation that it gets. You know, from the get-go, it looks like a concept car. There are very, very minimal lines that runs across the front. Look at, there are no opening lines. The whole clamshell bonnet that conjoins with the body line means it hides the whole thing inside. And I love these bits, even though I like the fact that they turn it into design stuffs instead of putting fake vents. You know, instead of putting a fake vent over here, a fake vent over there, they're just purely for design purpose. And look at the height of this, right? That's how they conjoin, and all the way to the rear lamps. Look at that. So that sort of gives it a universal design idiom. And I really like the looks of this car. And even though it's a sports SUV, the approach angle is still pretty good. And the ride height as well. This is pure SUV ride height. They have no intention to do anything like, you know, low riding SUVs and all that stuff. And of course, the floating roof, a Range Rover, the Evoque hallmark. Now there is a little less emphasis on that because they have turned the entire canopy. Look at the entire canopy is now in one gloss black design. So the A pillars, the B pillars, the C, D pillars, they are all finished in this gloss black material, highly reflective gloss black material, even the roof as well. So usually you will see a car with painted top, and then they have black panels here to give you a floating roof design, but they just do away with that because everybody's playing that now, right? Every car designer sort of learned the trick and they all do it now. So yep, the door handles, you walk near the car, these will pop up just like Tesla's. And I've watched a video whereby they did a test where they spray water in sub-zero temperature and freeze a layer of half a cm thick ice over it, and that thing did not break down. You see, when engineers design things like this, right, do note that they are smarter than us, right? They know what are the circumstances that might prevent it from working, and of course they will test it thoroughly. Now this car, it looks huge and long from the outside, but actually in person, it doesn't have an exceptionally large boot. It doesn't have an exceptionally large rear compartment. The proposition of this is to challenge cars like the BMW X6, the GLE Coupe, and of course this is based off the Jaguar F-Pace. They co-developed it together, and well, I believe since it's a Land Rover, it will have a much higher quality interior than Jaguars. So yeah, the boot is square and functional, but I don't see it in any way comparable to the boots of those either an E-Class wagon or 5 Series wagon or Audi A6 wagon or the Volvo V90 wagon. It is slightly smaller than those guys, but of course the opening is taller because this is an SUV. Okay, but nonetheless, this is a very, very functional and large enough boot, if not large enough for its class. Okay, leather clad, very nice. You get a space saver tire here. And you get levers to pull the seats down. You get some flip-up hooks. The overall finishing of the rear is alright. It's okay. As you can see, this is the length of my arm, so it's not super duper deep, but it's reasonable. Let me retract this. Is there a place to store the tonneau cover? I think after you remove the tonneau cover, nope, there isn't any space to store underneath, but you can comfortably put the tonneau cover over here if you need to drop the seats and then have a larger loading area. I can see a gap between the tonneau cover and the seats. That should mean that the seats should be able to recline. Yes, the seats are able to recline. You see that? Different heights there. But overall, the height of the opening larger than most wagons, but then not exceptionally huge, given that it's an SUV. Why? Because they need to keep the design. You see this large drop here, right? So that means you don't have a flat loading in and out, and there's no flip out tailgate and all that. But all this was done to keep the design, to prevent anything from ruining the design. They want the design to be there, to be clean, and I think, to me, right, I can forgive this car for anything because of the way it looks, because it just looks so good. They're taking photos. I don't want to go in and interfere them. I'll wait for, yeah, that is Mr. Chips Yap taking photos from Motor Trader. Okay. Let's step out. These are the door panels, very high quality finishing. There are some patterns over here where I can touch and feel them. These are plated plastic door handles, but they feel really good. They feel satin chrome, it's nice. Leather clad here. Everything feels very, very solid. Land Rovers are solidly built, okay. Yes, I know everybody will say that they have a dodgy reliability history, but nevertheless, it's technology that people wanted, right? Meridian sound system, very nice. These are rather simple compared to its extravagant exterior. They look rather simple. Okay, I don't want to... Another person is taking photo. I have some journalistic ethics. I don't go in and interfere other people when they are taking photos. But I mean, you can have a look at this interior now. It's beautiful. It is just absolutely beautiful. Now you have a screen over here and a screen over there, and this one is really interesting because there are physical dials and knobs mounted right on top of the LCD screen. I'm not sure if we're able to turn it on later, but I would love to show you guys how it looks like. And of course you can go up the internet and check it out yourself. I'll just go to the rear seats. The guy taking his time. Anyway, let's come into the rear. Alright. Now I am 5'11". This is the amount of knee room that I still have, about a palm, and I'm able to slot my feet underneath. And then I have ample headroom. I would say 1 palm of headroom, given that this is a panoramic roof equipped car. But is it super spacious? No, it is not. Again, like what I said, this competes to cars like the BMW X6, the GLE Coupe, okay? And I think it's fine. Let me close the doors and have a look. Yeah, very snug, very comfortable back here. The window opening isn't the largest, but again, like what I said, I will forgive this car for any sort of ergonomic flaws because the main proposition of this is to look really, really good. And on that, it achieves its objective. Okay, I see some power buttons over here. I'm not sure what it does. Alright. So, the reclining mechanism of the seat is powered. So you get a powered recline seat at the back. After I fully recline, you can have a look now. I fully recline down and very comfortable. Very comfortable. I mean, it's a nice seating angle, and I don't need to pull up the headrest or whatsoever. But the seats, from what I felt, from here to here is rather narrow. You see that? Of course, this is some soft touch material which feels really good, but the distance, the distance from here to here, the width of the seats itself is a little bit too narrow for my liking. And let's sit in the middle. Let me move this away first. Okay. Now in the middle over here, my feet, which is size 11. Okay, I should on the lights or something. Okay, I can't. Oh, it's dark. It is dark in here. The center tunnel is pretty huge, about the height of my palm. And then the other thing is, from the base of the seat to the base of the rail there, I'm not able to slot my feet in. So for middle passengers, even though the sitting here feels comfortable, I don't feel anything awkward like bulging me up and all that. It's okay, but of course the width is a little bit of an issue. I get enough headroom. I am comfortable sitting in the middle, except the fact that I have to fight for leg room with passengers from either side. This part looks rather simple as well, given that the entire car is so extravagantly designed. I just felt that they could have made it a bit more fancy. Okay, but nevertheless, practical car. Okay, very, very practical and nice. Let's go to the front seats. Alright, beautifully finished. Last bit here. Okay, this is the last bit. And before I bugger off, I don't want to affect so many people, but I've waited my time just now. Let's have a look. Look at the dials. Okay, it's touch sensitive. This is a screen, but this guy here, look at it. The screen actually crosses from below. I think they took a lot of effort to engineer this, because I have never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything like this, and I always like how designers combine digital and physical interaction into something that is unified, and the whole experience is good, that you don't feel awkward at all. Look at the driving modes. How do I activate this? Or maybe I need to turn it on first. Oh, another thing moved. As I turn it on, this thing tilts to my angle. Very, very nice. Oh my god, it's just lovely. How do I switch between modes? Maybe I need to turn on the car or something, but overall, basically what I can understand here is if I turn this, these should be able to change, okay? And settings is over there. It's pretty sleek. I think this is one of the most original and sleekest design. Of course, this is the infotainment screen. This is what it used to remove all the plethora of buttons that used to litter around here. I think this is done way better than any out there now. Okay, Porsche or whatever is done in a way that it may not be the most user-friendly. I mean, I don't understand it just yet, but I think it's alright. It may or may not be, but from how it looks, how it feels by touching it, it feels properly premium. Really appreciate that. You get one cup holder and pressing the Land Rover button to release this. Very nice. It's been a while we see such original designs going on. Oh, another cup holder was hidden here. You see, again, this car, right, it doesn't allow anything to ruin its design appearance. All the USB ports, 12-volt chargers, they're all over here. The compartment is reasonable, not super spacious, but it's reasonable. You get a cup holder, you get a miscellaneous holder, which is nice. And then this one, it's just for show-off purposes, okay? Very, very nice. I like it a lot. Can I angle this? Okay, I don't think I'm able to angle that, but I can slide this, and it feels very, very comfortable. Okay, the steering wheel, these are, again, I think it's back illuminated. Anything will be shown here, and this is like a joystick thingy. Very, very nice. Pedal shifters feels really good. I think overall this is a fantastic cabin that I would be really, really happy to be in. I love it, man. I just love how this car is designed. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so we don't have prices yet for the 3-liter version. The 3-liter version is listed in the brochure as well, but they did not indicate any pricing. But judging from the price of the 3-liter Levante or the 3-liter F-Pace, I believe the Range Rover Velar's 3-liter version will be somewhere around the range of 700 over 1,000. Okay, so that's the walk around of this car. Anything else I miss out? Google yourself. Cheers, guys. Signing off. Yeah, Bobby here. Ta-da!